glimpse into what my life used to be like before I quit drinking. If this spot looks familiar to you, it's because you saw a video I put out called The Worst Feeling for Any Creator, and it did feature this location. I'm going to give you a way better look at it this time. I spent a lot of time up there drinking and doing drugs in my past. Thankfully, I didn't fall out. Recognize this? Yeah, you do. Woo! That basically sums it up. Not much of a marijuana smoker though. I smoked a bunch in high school, but it made me antisocial, way too antisocial, and I did not like that. So pot was never my thing. Someone else is here. Oh, he almost went in. Oh my god. He's trying to build a bridge. This is amazing. I'm trying to see who it is because I might know them. Everyone moved out of this town that I know, so I don't think I do. It's up to no good, that's for sure. If you're down here, you're up to no good. Trying to build a bridge to get across this creek. Just go across the bridge. What are you doing? Looks like I'm not the only one. This location is very dear to me because it's near my parents' house where I grew up. I was still having fun. I was just a young teenager, young adult, you know, just fucking around. Nothing bad was happening in my life yet. So, good memories here. Good memories here. I gotta get out of here. It's good to be back. What a beautiful spot. Someone does a lot of fishing here. You can see this. That's where your fishing rod in. I don't really know much about fishing, but that's all I can think someone would be doing here. Now, unfortunately, location number 2 is closed off. This bridge has been closed for a couple years now, and we don't want anyone driving across it because it's super old and they're not doing repairs to fix it. So as of right now, this is their solution. Oh my god, there's no lock on it. Oh, never mind, it's welded shut. That's why there's no lock. So this place is super cool, and it's unfortunate that I can't show you from the perspective of where I used to sit, where I used to hang out here, but I'll show you exactly where it is. You'll be able to see, just not from up top. Don't try this at home, kids, but I actually climbed to the top of that bridge once. Very muddy here. See how far we can get in. So this location is also just down the road from my parents' place in a very small town. That's why everything's so close to each other. Had a bunch of options where I wanted to hang out. Check this view out. Right there. I would sit right up there, dangle your feet off, check out the view that you got. It's not as nice right now because it's just coming into spring, so everything still needs to kind of blossom and come to life, but still amazing. You get the idea. Also, thankfully, didn't fall off this one either. Are you starting to notice a pattern here? You know that song, Red Hot Chili Peppers? If you know, you know. Now, obviously, I'm gonna put a little thing in here that says, doing any substance out of moderation, and even doing most drugs, even some pharmaceutical drugs, is not a good idea. So even though I'm keeping this video nice and light and we're having fun, I am talking about some serious stuff here, things that I have had a very, very hard time with in my past. I'm just in such a good place now that I'm just taking a little bit of a different approach on looking into some of those darker times. Not necessarily that first spot, maybe not even necessarily this spot, but it did get pretty dark, and I'm just happy I'm done, happy I'm out, and I get to look back at these places and kind of see like where I was in that time of my life and in my state of mind and what it did for me as a person to get me to this spot right now. Now, normally location number 3 is just down the road, just around the corner, but unfortunately we have to take the long way. But this calls for a beautiful scenic country style montage.
Well, let me tell you a little something about me. When it's Saturday night, I need to blow off some steam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I've been holding in since the clock came Monday morning. From the end of the week, I'm about to blow. Breeze walking through the honky tonk like a pack of wolves now. Order of a round of shots and it's away we go. It's a throw down, kick down. Order of another round of shots. Trying to get drunk, get some have fun. Get into some trouble, baby, like in a night. I'm a Jim Beam drinking beer, singing la 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 la, dancing machine. Been a hell of a week and I need to blow off some.
I'm sorry, I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm not a country fan. I'm sitting here editing this and I'm just dying. Okay, alright, back to it. That was a blue heron. That's a really cool bird. They're huge. So out of the 3 spots, this one is, I don't know, the least extravagant, but it's my favorite. And I spent more time here than the other 2 combined. This is really cool. So the reason that I spent more time here than the other 2, and this one doesn't really seem like that much, it's just a bridge with a river running through it. It's not even like you're sitting up high or in a cool spot or anything. The reason that I spent so much time here is because for some reason there's sand here. I call this place the beach. And it's way more comfy. It's completely out of the way, so no one is ever here. And I would have fires down here. So this rock right here, this one, used to be part of my fire pit. Some of these other ones around it used to be. I had a fire pit over there. I had a fire pit right here on top of this big rock. And the water will come up a lot higher. Right now it's really low. So it would come up to that rock, so the fire would basically just be like sitting almost on the water, which was really cool. This was my jam. This was my location to get away from it all. Just hang out by myself with someone else, have a fire, and get absolutely obliterated. So even though I was drinking so much and doing some drugs, I don't have that many bad memories of this place, because when you're actually an alcoholic, you're not really going out to places like this. You're more isolating by yourself in your room or just like a barfly or whatever. So even though I was drinking a ton, and I did for the last decade, only the last year or 2 were really, really shitty. So after being back to these 3 locations, 3 that I spent so much time at, 3 that I drank so much at, and, you know, did some other stuff at, you know, I don't have that many bad memories here. I can't really think of bad times that I experienced at these places because I wasn't I was overindulging all the time, but it hadn't gotten bad. Like, it hadn't been like the biggest health concern. I still was able to keep a job, surprisingly. So it's actually kind of nice to be able to come back to places like this and have good memories of it. And even though I wasn't really doing anything with my life, anything productive, not really focusing on anything, just kind of drifting through, I still have good memories of this, and it's not something that I really regret. I think it's important to understand the different chapters of your life and what role they play in your life. There's a funny way that I kind of relate drinking and partying and all that stuff to everyone. And this is how it kind of goes. I see it as a meter, like a bar or a tank. And every person has so much of this tank in their life. So let's just use alcohol for an example today. I have this whole tank of alcohol, and when it's done, that's when I think things can start to go really bad. So some people are able to spread that tank out throughout their lives, where they drink occasionally with friends and whatnot, and even if you get drunk once in a while, it's fine. You're spreading that bar, that meter, that tank out throughout your whole life. Where it goes bad is when some people, I don't know, it just doesn't work. There isn't moderation in this tank, and that's what happened with me, is that this tank of alcohol, I used up my tank. I used up my life's my life's worth of being able to drink and party and have fun in a decade. And that's where we get to the really dangerous part, the bad parts of overconsumption. And things got really dark and things got really bad. And that's the way that I see it in my head, is that everyone has their tank, and it's just some people use it up quicker than others. And if you use it up and you keep going, that's not good. That's not good at all. So I used up my tank. I ran it dry. Thankfully, I didn't push it too much past that. And I used up a lot of that tank in these 3 spots. It's crazy. So if you're someone that is able to spread their tank out throughout their whole life, I think that's wonderful. I think that's great, and I think you should enjoy yourself. And if you start to notice that maybe you're using too much of your tank up, then I'd start to look at, how much do I have left? Where is this going? Is this becoming an issue? But if your tank runs dry and you're able to stop and you're able to get out and you're able to get your shit together, I think it's a really beautiful spot to be in, because now you don't have to worry about hangovers or any of that kind of stuff anymore. You don't have to worry about all this money that goes towards it. You don't have to worry about wasting so much time to it. You can focus on super important things in your life and what you want to do with your life. I think it's really cool in that aspect how it worked out for me, because I'm only 31. And now I have all this time, all this drive, all this extra money to be able to pursue what I want to do, and to be able to share what I want to share with all you guys, and maybe just give you a little bit of advice along the way that helped me. If you have any questions about if you're having trouble with this kind of stuff, please reach out, drop a comment, follow me on Instagram, DM me. This is not easy stuff. I'm making this super light and super fun, but it's really, really tricky if your tank is really low. And just like that, my battery is really low. I think I'm gonna end it here for today, guys. This has been an amazing trip down memory lane, and if you watched to the end, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed my 3 locations where I drank and did way too many drugs. Life's good, man. Life's fucking good. It is a lot better than it used to be. Cheers. It's really funny because my parents and some of my family watch my videos. So there's once in a while you get one of those conversations where it's like, I didn't know you used to do that. You're like, yeah, I used to get fucked up under bridges. It was my jam. Now you know, Mom. Now you know. Look at me now.